Thinking about guys that disappoint. You guys heard about Sean Evans?
I did
Sean
not.
Evans, he's the,
Is that the guy that does the wing thing?
Yeah, so just for reference, Sean Evans does a YouTube show Hot Ones, which is incredibly popular. Who knew that a show about eating hot wings with celebrity was gonna be a smash hit? So he, very popular guy, very successful guy. He's dating or been dating a porn star, Mellisa Stratton.
Yeah.
Very beautiful woman. She does.
I can appreciate the genre of adult films, but I'm not sure if I recognize that name.
I'm sure I seen her at the Oscars.
You don't watch the credits, right?
I don't. Yeah, no, I know who you're.
I never get to the credits.
So I know. I
Classic.
may know who you're talking
Classic.
about. Yeah, it's possible.
Just make it past the FBI warning. And that's it. 5 seconds later, just
That is not what adult content was intended for, sir.
just kidding. Just kidding.
You're supposed to appreciate the whole artistic, creative process and
I'm done.
cinematography.
If you couldn't appreciate the script.
Hey, on the topic. Okay, so
but just to continue. So he was dating Mellisa Stratton, and what he ends up doing is they go public on the 13th of February, and 24 hours later, which is Valentine's Day, he rings her phone and breaks up with her over the phone. She's basically humiliated. Adam 22 goes online. You know who Adam 22 is?
Yep.
He does his OnlyFans content.
Right.
And shames the guy because he humiliated her, made her feel bad. He's messing with the whole industry, because Evans said that it was too much pressure that everybody knew that he was dating someone that's a corn star or a porn star. So, that got me thinking, like, it's a lot of pressure dating someone that's in the industry.
Yeah.
So especially now in an age that we live, that so many people are now doing adult content, with OnlyFans so accessible.
right.
So do you guys think?
I mean, half the
this
people
stuff-
you run into when you were out speaking to them, you don't realize that they may have an OnlyFans page. Because
Do you guys think it's a lot of pressure?
Okay,
Like,
well,
if
what
you're
did he-
dating someone, he broke up.
what did
with
he
her-
mean pressure when he said it? When
He just felt like
22, dude.
it was too much
Adam 22.
social pressure that he was dating. That everybody knew who he was dating. I guess he felt
and because she
shamed.
was an adult film
Yeah,
star,
he wasn't. Yeah, he
he was
just-
embarrassed of her.
I am assuming so.
But he didn't know she was an adult film star when he started dating.
No,
her?
I guess they've been doing that for a while. But when she went public with the thing,
That's the point.
that's when he decides to break up. He's not the best looking guy. He's not Brad
Yeah, the
Pitt.
wing
So
dude.
Nobody's
the
looking.
wing dude was lucky.
Nobody's looking him up.
Right.
That guy.
He was punching above his weight.
Yeah. So when everything became public, now it became hard for him to be seen outside with someone like that. So you guys think that's a lot of pressure nowadays for a guy? You've been dating. You meet this girl. You fall in love with her, and then eventually you find out that she has an OnlyFans. She does porn. How would you guys handle that?
You knew what she did before you started dating her, right?
Right.
And so if you decided you didn't want to date her, and we talked about this in another episode, chivalry is my thing, and dealing with people like an adult. If somebody asks you a question, if somebody sends you a text, somebody sends you an email, you answer. If you don't want to do what they're asking you to do, if you don't have time, you answer and say, hey, I don't have time, or no, I don't want to do that. You don't, we talked about, dating and ghosting and stuff that people are dealing with now as an etiquette or lack thereof. To me, that goes hand in hand with that. You do not need to, if he decided he didn't want to be with her, then you don't break up with her over the phone, because that's tacky as shit if they had a real relationship. It's tacky. And then you do it on Valentine's Day. And I'm not saying some people would be like, well, don't wait till the day after. But you know what? Maybe it's a little bit nicer to wait till the day after. And maybe it's a little bit nicer to do it in person like a grown-ass man, to go tell a lady that you at least care. Now, if that was...
Listen, breaking up with somebody over text, over the phone, I feel it's terrible. Be responsible, do it in person, be a man, be a lady.
Exactly.
Stand up. That's my
There's some
opinion.
douchebaggery involved. There's a douchebag-esque if you do it.
Yeah.
So first off,
Douchebagness.
douchebagness. Yeah, that's right.
Bitch assness.
Bitch
whatever
assness.
your flavor is.
Mitch behavior.
Exactly.
Or Kevin Hart's joint. That's a Mitch thing to do. So like that's the first issue that he shouldn't have done it like that. There's no reason for that. And shame on him if he made her feel like she was important enough and they were in a relationship enough where he should have treated her better. Because even if you don't like somebody and they are even if it's your side shit, or she didn't meet somebody you were just, what are the kids, jump off or whatever, somebody just linking up with. To me, even still, that's the old school chivalry guy in me, the OG. Even if that was the person to me, I would still not break up with them publicly or break it up with them publicly on Valentine's Day. I would just talk to them and be like, hey, the thing we had, it's just not really working out for me now.
It's crazy.
So that's where he screwed up for that. But then you get back to the question full circle. You asked, we were talking about, would you do, like, I think it just depends on the person, because I have encountered people, there was a time, and I don't believe in the whole a dual standard where a guy can hook up with as many people as he wants and he's cool because he can do it, and a girl, she's a hoe because she does, right? So if you know what she did and that's your person, you seem like you were vibing, then for me, I would say that if I was single, I wouldn't date or not date somebody. Now, we're not talking about marriage. That's a whole different, we can move on to that later. But
so you wouldn't date him seriously. You would date him casually.
I might date them seriously if I liked them enough. But I would have to see what would happen with our relationship and what I did. Because at the time I was single, I was a special agent with a top secret clearance. So I had a good excuse to ask you to stop doing it if it was going to get serious, because I would never get my clearance renewed if I was dating somebody who was doing adult content, you know? And if I could, you know, provide for them or help them establish another career and they were, you know, receptive to that, then great. If they weren't, then I'd be like, well, I can't do it because I'm going to lose my job because of what you do. But what I'm saying is, I felt like I was my person, you know, like finding a person who you love spending your time with, who you love spending your life with, is more valuable than what they did for a living. Yeah. And you might find that person in the adult film industry. You know what I'm saying? And if you find that person, male or female, you know, because this is, you know, it could go either way gender-wise, and you don't explore that relationship with them because of what they do, that's pretty shallow. And I think that you might end up dying old and alone or regretting that you found your person and then you were like, you let society's pressures, you know, get to you and you let them go. Yeah. So I hope that's what happens to douchebaggery boy with the wings.
What about you, E?
With this situation, it seems like, you know, he brought new shoes. He took them out. He played basketball in them. You know, he pop locked and then he, you know, jumped around and then came back to the store and was like, nah, I don't think I want these. He was dating the girl for a long time.
How long were they dating? Do you know?
That I don't know, but they were very,
long enough.
It says that they were inseparable. They've been traveling and doing stuff together.
So you've been
dating. Yeah, you've been dating long enough, and then all of a sudden, after you go public, you decide not to do it, and that's the problem. That's where I think there's a problem with your character, because you should have known beforehand whether you were able to handle this. Otherwise, don't go forward.
And don't lead her down the path. Don't mislead her and make her think that it's going to be something it is, knowing that she knows you know what she does until it gets too hot to handle. And then it's not your relationship that breaks it up, but the fact that you're too immature to deal with a situation that you got engaged in. And about those shoes, the only place you can bring shoes like that back to is Nordstrom's, because Nordstrom's will take anything back. Because otherwise,
there you go.
You know, but Neiman Marcus, you bring those joints back to Neiman Marcus, and they're going to be like,
Now, you know what it is? A situation like that, growing up, you have a lot of friends, a lot of people that will tell you like, oh man, how great would it be that you date a stripper, that you date someone that's in the adult industry, because it's a fantasy that a lot of men have. And let's face it, most men are not going to get to
they're
live out
not
that
secure
fantasy.
enough to do
and
it.
And they're not going to get to live out that fantasy. They won't even get near that someone like that's going to take them seriously, and they're going to have some kind of relationship. This guy overachieving his life, and because of the circle that he runs in, he has those options, has those opportunities. He's like, man, he probably fantasized about that woman before. Like, you know what? Now I'm dating my fantasy. But when it becomes reality that you have to go public, because they dated long enough for her to be, you know what? I want everybody to know that you and I are together, and this is going.
Which is fair
enough. It had to
enough
be going
on her
serious,
part.
Right?
And she goes, look, she's a person at the end of the day. You know, she's still a human being,
right?
Exactly.
And when she does, I'm assuming they talked about it. And when she does it, the next day you go like, listen, I'm embarrassed now, because now everybody knows.
It's totally
everybody's
fucked up,
seen
dude.
you. Everybody knows what you do, and listen, like at that point, I find it's too late. I mean, you already knew that every morning you're kissing her before she goes.
Exactly.
She goes
What's
to work,
changed?
and you kiss her when she comes back from work too. So
Hopefully, no disrespect to the industry, but hopefully, if he kisses her after she gets back from work, it's after she brushed and mouthwashed and stuff.
Listen, like,
that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying
I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
hygiene first, safety first.
I get you on that one.
Like I don't know if I could do it. Like, you know, talking about more of a grounded level, like somebody that's on OnlyFans, because I can go outside and meet someone that I connect with.
Right.
Go on a couple of dates. And most people, in my opinion, because they're not going to tell you, oh, by the way, as soon as you meet them, I'm on OnlyFans.
Right.
Because one thing that I realized, a lot of people that have OnlyFans accounts, they don't tell the people that know them they have an OnlyFans account, which is it's like a counterproductive strategy if you want to be successful on it. It's like,
get friend referrals,
right?
It's like you have 10,000 people on your Instagram, you don't tell them you're doing it. Like nobody's gonna go see you.
Right.
That's why most people, I think creators there make like $200. There's a very small amount of people that make a lot of money in those sites. And that's because everybody's hiding what they're doing.
They're not going in 150%.
No,
they're not committing. You got to commit. You got to lean in.
Whatever you do.
Once you do
baby.
it, like that's something like once you do it, you have to just go Forget about everything. Just go if you want to make the money.
Like a stripper on a pole committee. You
That's
gotta
right. Go.
So
Go.
a lot of
That's
that, you meet this person, you finally start building something, and then when it gets getting serious, he tells you, listen, this is what I do. I have an OnlyFans, and I do guy and girl, and I do this and I do that. And you're like, ooh. Like how you bring that to
That's when
mom
you-
and like,
that's when- yeah.
that's when it becomes hard because now you have a connection with this person. You're like, what are you gonna do at that moment?
Right.
And I'll be honest, I don't want to say never because I have to believe it. I never want to say never, but I'm pretty sure it's something that I don't know if I'll be able to handle. Like I personally be like, you know what? At this moment, I wish I would have known this sooner because now I'm committed.
Yeah.
But
But see, here's the difference. The difference with Wing Boy is that he knew. You know what I
he
mean?
knew.
And he led her to basically he
let her on, yeah.
he led her on. And that's
And then
and then he broke up with her over the phone on Valentine's Day. Those are the problems that really get screwed up for me. Like
at this moment, I wish I would have known this sooner because now I'm committed.
Yeah.
But
see, here's the difference. The difference with Wing Boy is that he knew. You know what I mean?
knew.
And he led her to basically he led her on. And that's
And then
and then he broke up with her over the phone on Valentine's Day. Those are the problems that really get screwed up for me. Like if he would have handled it like a grown ass man who figured out it was too much for him. Because we are all allowed to like figure out. Okay, I thought this was good because that's our relationships that we've had in the past that have like that ended at some point in time
Right.
because
I just feel like it was a situation that he fell into. He probably being a fan of that lady wasn't in one of those industry parties, met her, and he in his wildest dreams. Because if you look at
Exactly.
him, he didn't think she was gonna look at him or she
Right,
was
'cause
gonna get with
and
him.
he, like-
And then they connect, and he's in his mind, oh my god, I just did this.
Perfect.
And he keeps going. And he keeps going. And then he realized it was too late by the time she's already posting online and they're together.
Yeah, perfect example. Like, look at Drake. He said a couple porn stars that I'm too ashamed to mention. That wasn't his deal.
He has a
That
child
was
with one.
yeah. That wasn't his deal, or maybe it is his deal. So, but the point is that he made a choice and he let them know the choice. He didn't date the girl for forever and then drop her on Valentine's Day, which is totally fucked up. Like there's like a moratorium on breaking up unless it's really bad. You don't give a fuck about the person or you're just an asshole, which is pretty much Thanksgiving till Valentine's Day. You're in for the ride. You break up before Thanksgiving.
See, that's
write
why
it out till March.
that's why you my dude though, because that's old school
Yep.
chivalry, bro. Here's the thing, again, like you said, with her, with this situation, it's one thing to decide, I know this person is sleeping with other people. Let's keep it like, where it would impact a lot of men or women. I know this person's sleeping with it. I found out this person's sleeping with other people for a living now, right? I'm not cool with that. You know what I mean? But if you are cool with that, and he was clearly cool with it because he already knew what she did. So it wasn't about you're sleeping with other people at work because he already was still hooking up with her knowing she was sleeping with people. And that to me makes it worse for him. If it was like when he found it out, because there's two different issues here.
Oh, he knew. He
Right,
100%
and
knew.
that's what I was saying. So it's one issue when we have the discussion. Well, hey, are you the kind of person that can date somebody who's in the industry, a stripper that's not having sex outside your relationship, but she's a stripper? Because that's still different than somebody who's doing OnlyFans content with maybe just girls or showing off herself, which is now a stripper online, versus somebody who's doing OnlyFans content and sleeping with people of the same sex or the opposite sex, which may affect people differently, or a full-blown adult film star that's sleeping with people from the opposite sex. So if you know that and you're okay with being with them, then the next level is, are you embarrassed for other people to know you're being with them? Because you clearly were okay with what they were doing for a living. You were clearly.
I think he got caught up in the whole thing. He didn't think this was ever gonna happen. He's doing it. He's living out a fantasy. And by the time he wanted to end things, it was just too late for him to do it. And on the positive note, she's making a lot of money because now I never knew her name before. Now people are searching her all over. I'm sure they're probably consuming her content.
It's
so
just like we
at
talked
least she's
about-
walking out with a bag.
Yeah, at least we talked about. It's just like we talked about, like the Super Bowl notoriety. How like many followers, even Rihanna and Beyonce and J Lo got after doing the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
It's like no press, no media is bad media, and so like you
No
said, it
bad
probably helped.
publicity.
It helped her brand.
Yeah. Bottom line, Wing Boy fucked up. All around, he misplayed it, and he was worried about. Like I told one of my friends, there's only a few people that are going to wipe your ass in the long run. If she was a writer and she was down for it, you fucked up. Plus, she got the bag, so
Fellas.
it is what it is.
Own up, be responsible, and be transparent. Be honest, whoever you're with. on a lighter note, like, hey, she at least she got the bag.
Exactly.
At least she got the bag.
Exactly.
This is the playbook. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's
Don't forget
right.
to leave out some comments. Share this with
Bang
your
that like
friends. Bang it.
And
There
that
you
is
go.
that synonymous with
Bang.
bang, 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 bang. Pops.
It goes with the topic.
Rest in peace.
Exactly. We're going to put that on there. Hey, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you on the next show.